Hello, and welcome to the MP3 guided reading of Pam Pollock's biography of Who is J.K. Rowling. To complete this MP3 guided reading, you will need three things. You will need this recording, a pen, and a paper. How MP3 guided readings work is I will set the stage for reading. I'll ask you to pause the recording, read the pages I've asked you to read, and then play the recording, and I will ask you a question. Record your answers on the sheet of paper and please bring them to the next class. We are going to be reading for homework chapters 3 through 5, starting on page 32. On page 32 through 34, you will see that Jo is going to graduate and get her first job. Please pause the recording now and read pages 32 through 34. Question number 1. It's actually a two-part question. Part 1 of the question, what is Amnesty International? Part 2 of the question, what does Amnesty International do? So again, on your paper, record what is Amnesty International and what do they do? Pause the recording now and record your answers. Pages 34 through 37. On pages 34 through 37, J.K. Rowling, or as they call her, Jo, will finally get her first ideas for her famous character, Harry Potter. Pause the recording now and read pages 34 through 37. Question number 2. Where did Jo get the idea for Harry Potter? Where did Jo get the idea for Harry Potter? Pause the recording now and record your answer. Pages 38 through 41. On pages 38 through 41, Jo's mom dies, and she also writes the first chapters in what will be called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Pause the recording now and read pages 38 through 41. Question number 3. In these pages that you read, you learned about something called the mirror wrist. The mirror wrist has a special power. Question number 3 is, what is the mirror's special power? And why do you think Jo chose that power for the mirror? Think about her own life. So again, a two-part question. First, what is the mirror's power? And why do you think she chose the mirror to have that power? Pause the recording now and record your answer. Chapter 4, 42 through 45. Please read pages 42 through 45. Pause the recording now. On pages 42 through 45, Jo was doing a lot of writing. She was trying to follow her dream of becoming an author. Question number 4 is, briefly explain what her life is like right now in the story. What is Jo's life right now in the story? And give some examples. Pause the recording now and record your answer. Last question, question number 5. You don't need to read any more of the story. We'll be reading more in class. But remember that this year's theme is game changers. People who have helped shape or change the 21st century. What I'm hoping is that through the different famous people that we learn about, you guys will become inspired. And you will find different things in each of these famous people that you can find in yourself to become a better person and a greater student. What I would like you to do for question 5 is write down one thing that has been inspiring that Jo has done so far. What is one thing that J.K. Rowling, or as they call her, Jo, what is something that she's done that's inspired you? Or what's this trait that she has that you think is admirable? Pause the recording now and record your answer. Okay, you're pretty much completed with this homework assignment, but I would like to remind you of 2 other homework assignments that you had. Actually, 3. One would be for you to complete the crossword on Newton's laws of motion. The second is to write a one-page story about the island, meaning you are found on a deserted island and you only have 3 things to get off the island. Write a story about how you get off the island using those 3 things. Be creative. And then the most important thing is, please bring stuff for the Rube Goldberg machines next week. That means just stuff from around the house. As much stuff as you can bring makes your Rube Goldberg machine the best. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday.